Of year when summer is winding down, but it's not over just yet. You can still get in on some incredible fishing in Saskatchewan, especially for some of those bigger fish. So joining us now is Jason Matity of GetFishing.ca to tell us all about it. Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Yeah.
So tell us what we have to do to get some of those bigger fish.
Well, generally speaking, what's happening at this time of year, the fish know summer is the way the light's changing, a little bit cooler nights. They know winter's coming. So it's time to feed up big time. So it's buffet season, and for them, they're looking for bigger meals as opposed to the smaller minnows they've been chasing all summer.
And so does that mean, you're using bigger lures or supersizing, I guess, per se?
Absolutely. It's think of the concept when you go to get your favorite fast food. We're supersizing. We're packing in as many calories as we can. And there's nothing quite like packing in more calories than if they're able to chase down a bigger meal, because they can just simply get more energy from it.
And so you have some lures to show us this morning on the table here. So tell us how to use these things.
Absolutely. Well, what we're talking about from a supersizing perspective, and you can see it in this walleye in the video too, there's all lure in the fish's face, right? So we're talking about baits that are 4 inches, 5, 6, 7 inches and bigger. Like you can see how in Jeff's hand there, how big that one, that's about a 5.5-inch bait. And this one here, this is the one of our favorites. The Z-Man has a lot of elasticity, a lot of movement. And then of course we go to our standard hard baits, the Rapalas, and they got a nice rattle about them, as you can hear. And it's just a big profile, a big bait, a big meal. And that's what they're looking for at this time of year.
And at this time of year, it's still warm outside now. Temperatures are slowly getting cooler at night. Are the fish deep? Are they in shallow water? What's going on in the lakes?
Well, they're a lot of the, when we're talking our pike and our walleyes, they do prefer the cooler waters. But as that wind, we've had the last few days, gets pushing, that'll bring some of that cold water into shore. And as the water cools, especially in the shallows, those fish will come shallower and shallower, which means good news again for the shore angler.
And what's your advice to all the fish people out there?
The biggest one is, and a lot of people maybe only have 1 or 2 rods. Just invest in something a little bit heavier, capable of throwing like an ounce of weight, that type of thing, that this one is, about 20-pound test, so that you can throw these bigger lures. So they're a little bit more expensive, those bigger lures, but they're totally worth it if you want to catch that fish of a lifetime at this time of year.
Just before we started talking for this interview, you mentioned that you were away on a fish trip. How were the fish this summer season?
The fishing was fantastic. It was really a matter of, it seems that they wanted the bait moving a lot until you kind of found, a school, and then you could just hover right on top of them if you had a boat. But we have such incredible opportunities in Saskatchewan. And as we mentioned when we started the segment, it's not over yet, so get out there and give it a go before we're talking hard water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, winter is just, we don't want to admit it, but a few months away here, and then we'll start getting the ice huts out there and such. If people are looking for more information from everything that we've talked about, they want to get on some fall fishing, where can they find you? They
can go to getfishing.ca, our main website. That'll take you over to our YouTube library. We have nice short segments on how to use lures just like this that we're talking about. And follow us on our Facebook and social media feeds on Facebook and X as well.
There you go. You heard it here first. Just because it's fall doesn't mean the fish aren't biting. They're bigger. They're hungrier than ever. It's the perfect time to get out on those lakes.